It can be challenging for many people to make ends meet on a small pay, but fortunately, one doesn't need to come from wealthy parents or have a high income to get by and accumulate wealth. It's actually quite amazing how one can get by with just a little bit of strategic planning. Whether they're young and just starting to accumulate wealth, or old and need to find a way to save more for retirement. These 8 strategies for frugal living will help you make the most of your crazily low salary. First, only buy what you need. Second, stay to the very end because eliminating this huge expense might make you progressively richer very quickly. It's simple to open your computer or mobile device and browse Amazon to purchase a new item of clothes or to visit Bed Bath and Beyond to seek for some fantastic new decorations. But can you honestly say that you need that new item or clothing or those new decorations? It can be difficult to determine what you actually need and what you don't. So it's best to use the 24-hour rule when you're thinking of making a purchase. For instance, if you want to buy a new gadget, make sure that you think twice and let this indulgence pass for 24 hours. A day of thinking might make you think otherwise of the buy. It will help you realize as well the value of the money that you currently have. You'll probably be amazed at how much less you're going to buy things and how much more cash you'll be saving that can be put to greater use if you still want the goods after 24 hours, which means it's probably something you're truly going to utilize. But then again, always remember to think about your financial decisions many times before doing anything. Number two, get some experience in the kitchen. There's no lack of diners that have vast menu options with tasty goods on them. Not only are there commercial fast food joints like McDonald's, Subway, or Taco Bell, but there are also local restaurants that specialize in new flavors and dishes from all over the world. With that kind of choice, it is much easier to get takeout than to make your own food at home. And while $15 to $20 a day might not be a big deal for a family with a good income, this is most certainly not the case for a family with less. There is a wealth of information, including how-to guides and recipes, available on the internet that may show you how to make replicas of your favorite restaurant dishes at a fraction of the cost. Not only that, but it will certainly be a lot healthier. And as an added advantage, you may even reach to a point where you appreciate the taste of your food more as an added benefit, since you will know exactly what ingredients you will need for your meals. You are able to be very exact on your grocery list and just purchase the things that you require, bringing down the total amount of your monthly grocery expenditure. To survive on a limited budget, one must acquire the skills necessary to prepare their own meals. Number three, stay away from financial obligations. Stay out of debt. Most people are aware of the dangers of dealing with debt when it comes to finances. And many of us are also aware of how debt can sneak up on people and impair their ability to make decisions. For instance, if you want to buy a new car but lack the funds to do so, you take out a loan. Having to repay this debt may not be a big deal, but what if your car breaks down and needs to be repaired? Since you have the loan to repay, you don't have enough cash to do so. So you must obtain a second loan. It is really challenging to live and have a good time because of this debt cycle, which never ends. On a low income, it's crucial to avoid debt as much as you can, because doing so will ensure that all of the money you spend comes from your own resources and that you are living within your means. Reduce your transportation expenses is our number four. Given that buying a car is the second most expensive household outlay after housing, it should come as no surprise that financing a car is expensive. Gas insurance, routine upkeep, and crisis repairs can really make a chunk out of someone's budget, which may be manageable for individuals with higher earnings, but can be a real challenge for people on modest salaries. As for what can be done, a good place to start is to see if you can do without a car altogether. It can be much less expensive to walk, bike, or take a public transportation to get where you need to go. If you do, however, need a car for regular use, then consider leasing one instead of buying one. Try to stop frequently while traveling, and try to avoid driving if possible to guarantee that you can continue. This is one of the ways you can totally earn wealth on an absurdly low income. Number 5. Imagine your spending routine. So you want to pay some bills. You open your online app, but when you log in, you realize the amount in your bank account is incredibly low. At about this point, you're questioning where it all went. If you can relate to this story, then you need to figure out where you're spending. Making a budget for your income and expenses is something that both people with low and high incomes can benefit from, but I would argue that low income group would benefit more. Fortunately, making a budget is rather straightforward. Begin by calculating your monthly revenue. If you have a variable income, such as someone who works for themselves, calculate your average income throughout the course of your business, and then add up all of your fixed monthly expenses. These expenses are bill payments like mortgage payments, rent, auto payments, insurance premiums, phone bills, and any other item that remains the same every month. You'll be able to identify where the majority of your money is going and how to rectify it once you've calculated all of your revenue and costs. This will make it easier for you to make ends meet on a very low budget. Number 6. Reduce your energy consumption. Since most of the things we use in our houses are powered by electricity, energy is one of the most often utilized commodities in any family. Thus, it makes sense that it would be one of those main expenses. There are many small ways to reduce your consumption so you can continue to build wealth on a low income. For example, you could figure out what time of day energy costs are the cheapest and use that time to do your laundry, run your dishwasher, and use your thermostat. With some creativity and thought, you can drastically reduce your energy usage and pay much less for those bills. Number 7. Enjoy budget-friendly activities. There are many enjoyable activities that don't cost much at all, but many people frequently choose the expensive option when hanging out with friends. For instance, a typical day out with friends might involve eating at a nearby restaurant, shopping at the nearby mall, and grabbing a frozen yogurt. While this outing might have been enjoyable, it could easily cost $75 or more per person, which is unaffordable for those on a low income. Instead, choose enjoyable activities that don't cost much at all. Number 8. Pay free living. How can you live in your home for free if you have a mortgage to pay? The simplest way to do this is by using parts of your home to rent out to others. For instance, if you have a huge house with spare rooms, you could rent out the rooms and use the payments to pay your mortgage. Finally, renting out storage space is a great way to make the most of your home and live for free. If you come from a low income family, eliminating your biggest expense like the rent and mortgage will truly change your life. So continue learning these frugal tips to live on. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.